Hey guys, I just want to give you guys a little warning before this video starts. Firstly, if you get triggered easily by things that are a bit upsetting, then don't watch this video. It is going to be exposing some of the darker things on Instagram, Twitter, and on Instagram and Twitter that are going unchecked, and it's to do with children, unfortunately. Second thing is, for the first 25 minutes of this video, our recording equipment wasn't working, so the sound you're hearing is directly from the camera and not the mics. But in the last 10 minutes of the video, we did manage to fix it. So just letting you guys know, if you're wondering why the sound is a bit funny, we didn't enjoy making this video, but there are a lot of creepy men online, and it's very important to us that we put this video out there for everyone to see exactly what's going on. And we've pulled some videos from some other great content creators that are bringing this to light as well. So sorry for the sound, but we really want you guys to watch it, and that's why we decided to not re-record it. These are our authentic reactions to what we're seeing online. So let us know what you think in the comment section, and hopefully we bring some awareness to some of the stuff that we've seen, because we're not parents, but we don't want your kids to have to go through something crazy. Anyways, try to enjoy the video. You probably won't enjoy it, but leave your opinions.
I accidentally found a child corn ring and have not been okay since. I've not wanted to make this post, but I need to make this post to let you all know what's going on. Recently, I started doing a series where I show the faces and names and what grown men are saying on children's posts across the internet. And I was tagged on a little girl's post who was 9 years old and lives in Ukraine. I went into the comment section to see what I knew I would unfortunately find, and it led me to a link, and that link led me to a site that specifically stated 5 to 17-year-olds. I was not prepared for what I found, and it was heartbreaking, and it messed me up pretty badly. I was able to do what I needed to be baseline okay the night I found this, and then the next morning had a complete breakdown. I spoke to the proper authorities and reported all the names and usernames and comments that I had found, along with the different links, because it was more than one. Since I started doing this series last year, I have been inundated with thousands of people sharing their traumatic stories with me. While I am incredibly grateful for the trust that many of you feel with me, this has been incredibly hard to sit and look at and process, and my sunshine has not been as bright recently. I feel an incredible amount of pressure to keep going and keep doing this, and I want to, and I will, but I need a break. I need a break from all of the trauma, especially as I sit in my own as the ASA has come out.
Let me just say before he continues that this guy is doing the Lord's work. He is out there. Of all the things to look at on the internet to try to bring to light, this has to be the most difficult to look at. I'm desensitized to looking at gory things. They don't bother me anymore. I'm desensitized to looking at like general violence and all that stuff, and I don't get triggered by just like people saying stuff that I don't agree with. But this, I don't know if I could, like, if I was in his shoes where he's bringing it to light, he's exposing these people that are messing with children and recording them doing things that only adults should be doing. I don't know if I have the stomach to do it. So I applaud this guy for bringing this to light. The videos that he's going to show following this one that we're going to play on this channel, I'm going to be honest with you guys, they're not easy to look at. Obviously, you're not going to see anything that can't be on YouTube because the video just wouldn't exist here. But it's crazy to me that so much of this exists on the surface. This isn't even just stuff from the dark web. This is happening on Twitter and Instagram. Now, in Twitter's defense, when Elon Musk took over, he shut down 23 child, can't say the P word, rings on Twitter. So 23 of those threads or whatever that were circulating child stuff, Elon Musk shut them down. Which is, I find bizarre that, I don't mean to digress here, but when Twitter was previously run by its dark overlords, they weren't shutting down any of the child assault videos. None of that. It was just rampant on Twitter. And yet the media have painted Elon Musk to be this monster. Now, I don't think Elon Musk does everything right. And I'm not here singing his praises for everything he does, but I'm definitely in his corner when he's the one shutting down anything to do with funneling children into adult websites and having them do adult acts.
That's the thing though, the people who are anything towards protecting that are the ones who are getting shut down.
Yeah, and everyone has really jumped on his back like, oh, this guy is the worst. But is he though? Because the people that were running it before were letting this happen. Videos of that nature with adults are still all over Twitter. And that's a whole other thing. But when it's to do with children, that stuff needs to be shut down like that. I find it funny how conservative voices were shut down. I find it funny how anybody that didn't agree with the whole jab, cough situation that said anything, including Harvard doctors, including people that went to Harvard, that had contrary beliefs, were shut down, but this sort of stuff can run all over Twitter. That makes no sense to me. And I was going to do a separate video about the whole Twitter thing. I'm going to add it into this one so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Where did you go to medical school?
I did not go to medical school.
I'm sorry?
I did not go to medical school.
That's what I thought. Why do you think you or anyone else at Twitter had the medical expertise to censor a doctor's expert opinion?
Our policies regarding COVID were designed to protect individuals. We were seeing...
You guys censored Harvard-educated doctors, Stanford-educated doctors, doctors that are educated in the best places in the world, and you silenced those voices. I have another tweet. This person put a chart from the CDC on Twitter. It's the CDC's own data, so it's accurate by your standards, and you all labeled this as misleading. You're not a doctor, right, Ms. Gaddy?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What makes you think you or anyone else at Twitter have the medical expertise to censor actual, accurate CDC data?
I'm not familiar with these particular situations.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. But this is what Twitter did. They labeled this as inaccurate. It is the government's own data. It's ridiculous that we're even having to have this conversation today. It's not just about the laptop. This is about medical advice that expert doctors were trying to give Americans because social media companies like Twitter were silencing their voices. Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to pressure Twitter to moderate or censor certain tweets? Yes or no?
We have a program.
Did the U.S. government ever contact you or anyone at Twitter to censor or moderate certain tweets? Yes or no?
We receive legal demands to remove content from the platform from the U.S. government and governments all around the world. Those are published on a third-party website, and anyone can review
Thank
them.
God for Matt Taibbi. Thank God for Elon Musk for allowing to show us in the world that Twitter was basically a subsidiary of the FBI, censoring real medical voices with real expertise that put real Americans' lives in danger because they didn't have that information.
They were allowing this stuff to exist. It was well known. Elon Musk came in, first week or two it's gone. But you can shut down opinions you don't like.
Your ability, or should I say inability, to remove child. Now, here's something that disgusts me about you. In your doctoral dissertation entitled Gay Data, you argued that minors should have access to Grindr, an adult male gay hookup app. Minors? Really? You know, Elon Musk took over Twitter and he banned 44,000 accounts that were promoting child. You permanently banned my Twitter account, but you allowed child all over Twitter. Twitter had become a platform, you said, connecting queer young adults. You also wrote on Twitter in 2010, can high school students ever meaningfully consent to sex with their teachers? In 2021, while you were the director of trust and safety on Twitter, an underage boy and his mother announced a lawsuit against Twitter because Twitter was benefiting from and refused to remove a lewd video featuring this boy and another minor. That is repulsive.
You can go on the internet and look it up yourself, or you can continue to have your head firmly in the sand. Either way, that's what happened, and this is where we are now.
There are many things behind the scenes, offline, that I don't share with all of you for my own protection and for many of yours. And I just want to say thank you for being in this love army. Thank you for trusting me with your stories. Thank you for wanting to be a part of this global shift that we need, that has been long overdue. But right now I need to take a little bit of a break and shift to a little bit lighter content because this is not sustainable at the rate that I am going. I feel like I am disappointing and letting many of you down, and I don't want that. But I need to be honest about this and regain some of that sunshine so I can come back even brighter and more fierce than before. I love you all. Thank you for your trust. We stand together.
So what I'm about to play now are videos that he uncovered of people doing things on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter, when it was previously run by, I think his name was his name Jack Dorsey or Jack Murphy, and that Indian woman, Vaja, can't remember what her name is. Those two imbeciles who were allowing all sorts of madness to run rampant on their platform, but very quick to shut down opposing opinions. So again, if you don't like looking at this kind of stuff or even knowing that it exists, then turn the video off now. It's important to bring these things to light, because these are issues that people need to be aware of, not the nonsense like trying to ban people for playing Harry Potter. I don't understand this. There's so many fully grown women on the planet to choose from, and you go for children. I don't know if it's like mental illness, or if you just want to hurt someone, if you want to ruin someone's life.
These people are doing it out in the open as well for everyone to see.
Crazy.
But like we said, I genuinely think they have mental issues, because no one in their sane right mind would even think or dream of doing that, or even be attracted to kids, you know?
Oh yeah, you gotta be out of your mind to be doing stuff like this on some level. You have to be mentally ill on some level.
Recently, I've created a series where I show the faces and names of grown men and what they have to say on children's posts. Specifically, girls that are from the ages of 9 to 19. I have this comment that I want to read to you that comes from one of my posts about all of this. I need your opinion on this. As always, please remember to save and share this as it helps in this world. Here's that comment. If her age is on the clock, just look at those hips. That's a grown person, 15 or not. How is a man supposed to not like that? I'm tired of all this pretending that it's predatory to be attracted to a fully grown woman just because she is still underage. Most women can testify to being hit on more during their teen years than in their 20s, which proves that most men find teenagers attractive. You can either classify the majority of men as perverts, or you can accept this as a normal phenomenon. Your choice.
If majority of men are doing that, then majority of men are perverts, and they are. I don't know if majority of men are doing that. I wouldn't sit here and proclaim that majority of men are hitting on children, but if they are, then yes, there is a problem.
Yeah, there's no other way to put it.
And that goes for women as well, because I know women like to get a pass on this, and we make jokes about teachers having sex with their students all the time when it's a woman, but they are also pedophiles. Mm-hmm. I will admit as well, when I was younger and I heard about that stuff, I'd be like, oh man, I wish my teacher would have done that. But as an adult, and thank God like an adult never did that, but as an adult, it's very clear to be like, this is pedophilic behavior regardless of gender.
But with what you just with what you've just said, that shows how naive and vulnerable we are as kids, because you was in that sort of frame of mind where it's like, I wish that could have happened. So if it did happen to you, you would have followed through with it, or she could have easily manipulated you. So it's scary.
It is scary
that there's people out there who know that they can use and abuse.
The reason I want to bring up like the woman one as well is because we glaze over it a lot. Mm-hmm. We glaze over it a lot, and that I'm not absolved of that either. I glaze over that a lot, but there's those women that do that are also pedophiles. Mm-hmm. There's no two ways about it. You attract.
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying, if you're attracted to kids, if you're trying to have sex with them, you're a pedo.
But I was going to say, is there people out here who are justifying women just because they're women?
I don't think a lot of people think it through properly. Like me, for example, I didn't think it through properly.
But you was
like,
younger then, but as adults, is there people who are more so turning a blind eye to it just because somebody's a woman?
Oh, 100%. Because I think, like, me, for example, when I said it, I was thinking about me. But I wasn't thinking about me as a child. I was just thinking of me in that moment.
Yeah, because it's all you're all new to sex when you're young as well. So
but even when I was old, I wasn't thinking about it properly. I think we forget that those are still adults. Even if it's because young boys, yeah, everyone's got that one hot teacher everyone liked or whatever, and then you sit back and you're like, oh man, what if she kept me in detention? If she did this, that, and that, and you put yourself in that situation, and you remove like the typical notion of it, because we see young girls and we imagine them being preyed upon by this big guy who's going to be penetrating them, right, if he forces himself on them. But with a guy, you don't think about it that way. And obviously when you sit down and you deep it, you're like, okay, obviously these women are pedophiles, but you don't really think about it because we don't see it in the same light, which is a problem in itself. But those are still issues. I don't think there's any women in these videos, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
About the 10-year-old. That's the subject line of the email I just received. Do you want to hear what the rest has to say? As always, please remember to save and share this as it helps in this world. And a quick backstory. This is in regards to the last video I made where I showed the comments that grown men left on a 10-year-old's modeling picture. Shall we hear the email now? I'm really curious to hear what y'all think of this. Here we go. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm contacting you regarding the post about the 10-year-old. The 10-year-old. And I'm the one who said 10 out of 10 beauty. I swear on my life, my family's life, the dead and alive of them, I didn't mean it in that way. I'm not English. My English is not that great. Even now, I'm using the Google Translate. All I mean is that she's a beautiful kid. That's all. Not creepy. Or anything, I swear on my dead father and God. Please, if you read this, I'm begging you to remove at least my face from there. And I'm so sorry that I didn't know it's that bad. I made a mistake not to Google before comment. I hope all your fans, including you, try to understand me. I'm sorry for each one of you, and I really hope you understand me. Please. Thank you so much. God bless you. Please accept my apology and request as I'm breaking down and can't sleep and can't stop thinking of it. Please. Thank you.
This person's only begging because they've been exposed.
Yeah, 100%. He's using the language thing to... I mean, the Google Translate is apparently good enough to communicate this message in an email, but it wasn't good enough to communicate, don't say 10 out of 10 on the child's post. Come on, bro.
And he's saying that I didn't Google, and it's like, what do you need to Google? You should just know.
Yeah,
anyone around the world should know. They're underage.
Yeah.
It's as simple as.
I don't know.
Less than 20 minutes later, with no response to that email, of course, I got this email. I hope you get back at me, please, as I can't stop thinking about this. Please, thank you. Now, here's the thing I need you to understand, especially the people in this community that have a lot of empathy. Mistakes happen, especially when English is not our first language. But why was he in the algorithm getting a 10-year-old's modeling picture, whether he follows the account or it was suggested to him? Now, I want to say this next part to the survivors that are in this community. From one to another. These people are not the victim. You were. We don't need to protect these people.
So you don't need to protect them people, but you do need to protect your children. And I think as parents, knowing the sort of people that are out there, you should be conscious of what sort of pictures are going online of your underage children, especially on public profiles.
Oh, 100%. I've got so many parents on my Instagram who put pictures up of their kids, and I'm like, is that the smartest thing to do on the internet? I get that you love your kids, I get that you're proud of them and you want to share these moments with them or make a profile for them, but there's so many weirdos on the internet. Why are you putting pictures up of your child? You must know. I don't even want to make this a thing about shaming the parents. They're only trying to do a good thing for their kid, but you need to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, of course.
People are taking those images that you're putting up of your kids and doing God knows what with them. Doing God knows what. Maybe putting them on a hit list, using these weird geolocation things to figure out where the picture was taken.
That's what I'm saying. You can find out a lot from a simple picture.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not. Protect your kids at all costs, man. Do not put them on the internet. the internet is a dangerous place at the best of times. It can be absolutely catastrophic in the wrong hands. So I would keep, like, a child, if a child is not old enough to even be using the internet or a social media platform anyway, I don't think they should have a social media account or any pictures of them on there.
Yeah.
Why can't you just take pictures and leave them in your house?
Yeah, you don't want them to be exposed to other stuff that's online as well, like we've gathered with what they can watch online and things like that. There's just too much that kids just need to be protected from.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like I'm shaming the parents for trying to celebrate their child's moment, because it's not their fault that sickos exist, but the reality is that sickos exist, so.
Wow, do you know what? I didn't realise just how many sickos actually exist. I didn't realise it was this bad.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. This is not the only guy that I'm showing in this video, by the way. There's another girl that's doing this. I'm gonna show 2 of her videos. It's gonna surprise you what you're about to see. Instagram and Twitter are so quick to shut down voices of things that really don't matter. Just let people say what they want to say. They have opposing opinions, but this is rampant all over their platform. And when I mean rampant, I mean rampant. So much so that if you even look at one of these things, the algorithm feeds you it. And we already know the Instagram algorithm is messed up as it is. Sometimes it gives you some stuff you don't even want to be looking at. If the algorithm is able to funnel loads of these videos through to you, that means there's loads of them for the algorithm to pick up on. So what exactly is going on? But the minute you write something about cough cough or jab jab, you get this little message under your post. This is misinformation, blah blah blah. Where's that energy for this? You telling me you can't build some sort of technology for this, but you can do it for that? Sometimes you even say jab and the damn message appears below the video. It doesn't make any sense to me. Where are your priorities? This seems like a much bigger problem to me.
Yo, I want to see the message I got from a man because of a video I made about a 15-year-old girl getting creeped on by grown adult men. Also, I want your opinions on this. Please remember to save and share this as it helps in this world. Okay, here we go. As always, this is for educational purposes only, and I'm just reading what he has to say. P.S. If you want more information on this, there's more on my IG unit stories, if you catch my drift. I have to put on the voice that he thinks he's reading this in. You can't just post a video of a 15-year-old seeking attention and be mad when she gets it. Are you serious? Why is she dressed like that for a 15-year-old? Is she doing it on purpose? Face? Wake up and stop blaming a simple human reaction. If it looks good, people will say it.
No, just no.
If it looks good, 15-year-old. Have you lost your damn mind?
This is a grown adult man trying to put a blame on a 15-year-old child as well.
The 15-year-old don't know what they're doing. Let's say they are posting pictures online. How can you turn around and say you can't just post a video of a 15-year-old seeking attention and then be mad when she gets it? The fact that she's getting the attention from grown men is what warrants the madness. Are you stupid or something? I'm so baffled. But again, this is why I tell parents, keep your kids off of the internet. If they don't have the capacity to run their own social media account, don't put them on the internet. There are freaks and weirdos out there that are going to screenshot or print pictures of your children and stick them on their walls and do God knows what with them. Do you really want that? I know it's just a picture, it's still your child though. There's so many freaks out there. I really wouldn't be surprised if there was somebody that is on Instagram doing something like gathering pictures up and storing them in some stupid database. I really wouldn't be surprised.
You also don't know, people could end up gaining an obsession because obviously they're sick in the head, and then they could be doing God knows what to try and actually get to your child as well. You need to protect them.
Yeah, when people are obsessed and they're deranged, they'll go to extreme lengths to, that TV show You, I told you about. Obviously, the guy's not a paedophile, but he goes to extreme lengths to find people. And the way he finds people is not far-fetched. You can do that in real life. Couple of Google searches, couple of Instagram searches, couple of Facebook searches. It's bad enough with older people, where someone can track you down and do you harm. It's even worse when it's a child. You're taking pictures of your kid in the park all the time and then posting it on Instagram. They're going to get an idea, okay, this kid goes to that park at this time. Oh, it's bright outside, okay, cool.
Some people are dumb and end up posting kids in their uniform as well. That infuriates me.
I'm always just like, now we know where they go to school. Anyone on your friends list, because you have to imagine, let's say that you've got 700-800 people on your friends list, right? Well, it stands to reason that at least one of those people on your friends list might be a little bit messed up and we don't know it. Just on a numbers game. And you got to be more smart at that with your kids. But then I think a lot of parents are just not aware. And unfortunately, it takes a bad thing to happen for people to wake up. Almost every single one of them looks exactly how you would expect one of these creeps to look as well. And also, guys, were you born yesterday? We can see what you're typing. Everyone can see it. What is wrong with you? Do you want to go to prison or something? Just keep doing it because they out you and then it goes to the police and then you do go to prison. You gotta be a special. Well, of course they're stupid to be writing those things, but Jesus Christ. It's I can understand why in the opening video he was crying, because if he was funneled to a website where he was seeing raw graphic content of children performing acts on adults that they shouldn't be, I can understand how that will mess you up.
This is so far from my usual content, but I couldn't go about my day without talking about this. So I went on my Explore page last night and I noticed I started getting baby videos, which I thought was weird because I don't have kids. I've never looked up a children's product or anything. So I refreshed my feed thinking it was an accident and I kept getting these kid videos. So I went onto one of these pages and realized that it is full of videos of all these different kids with millions and millions of views. And in these videos, all the kids are dolled up with makeup on, filters. But what I found so odd is pretty much every audio to these videos is a sexual thirst trap sound. So I was like, who is the dynamic for these videos? How are they getting millions and millions of views? I decided to see who was commenting on words of shameless in the comments of these videos. Not only that, but when you go onto these men's profiles, they are following hundreds of these toddler accounts. And these pages know about it and continue to post these children. Not only that, but look at some of the kids' faces in these videos. Kids in these videos do not look happy to be there. They look scared. There are thousands of these children accounts promoting and profiting off of literally in front of our faces. At this point, with audios like Tiger, Taste and The Weeknd, cannot tell me these people aren't promoting this. These kids are in danger, and it's not only the people that are seeking them out anymore. They are literally promoting this on my Explore page. For the love of God, will people stop trying to make their babies Instagram famous? Are not. Stop it.
She's literally what she's saying about the songs. I think the songs are a big problem as well. That first video was Chris Brown, a really, really sexual song. And
I don't even know the songs, but it doesn't sound kid appropriate.
It's absolutely crazy that they are posting these videos and using that stuff, because naturally they are just enticing these people more. Why in your right mind would you want to do that?
But you see what I mean when I said it? I believe her when she says that she doesn't even look for those things and it's coming up on her Explore page. Sometimes you don't search for things and the algorithm pushes it. And there's a lot of these accounts with thousands, if not millions of followers. How is that possible? How is it that, like I said earlier, I hate to go back to this, but how is it that we can have opinions that you don't like and you censor them? You're very, very quick to find the videos and let us know why we were wrong. But this goes completely unchecked. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I woke up today with a brilliant idea. I thought, since these pedophiles are out and proud, why don't I just let people in their lives know, just give a little heads up to their boss? And would you look at that? I went to find the accounts and I don't even have to, because this is my entire Explore page since yesterday. Really pushing this, aren't we, Instagram? First up, we have the real Semi Die Pie, who says, she's so hot. Damn, how though? Kids aren't supposed to be this good looking. Flame emoji, flame emoji. This is the video. This is a fully grown adult man, and in his bio it says he has 18 million followers on a child's gaming app. This is the gaming app. It's for toddlers like the one in that video. He also works for a massive children's cartoon company with over 2 million followers. So I reached out to them and let them know. I reached out to the other company too, so I'll update when they respond. This is the first of many.
That is absolutely insane.
Now, you guys can go and check out the continuation of this. Her TikTok name is jade.here. I think. Yeah, jade.here. And honestly, it's just insane to me. I don't really want to play any more of the videos. You should go and support these content creators that are out here exposing these monsters. But again, like, I know that monsters exist. I know these creeps exist. I would like parents to be more aware of what they're putting online. These accounts are doing it on purpose. They're putting these kids on there to get followers, so they need to be shut down as well. But how there is not something in the algorithm to stop this from happening, but it can stop us from saying naughty words, is mind-boggling to me.
I think the Instagram algorithm is a big problem there as well, because she's clicked on this stuff for one day, then all of a sudden her Explore page the next day is filled with it. So these people that might come across these videos once, it's them being constantly put in their faces, easy to find, easy access as well. Yeah, it's really irritating how the algorithm works. Like, sometimes, when you're on Instagram, it works the same way as TikTok. I like to scroll through the reels and post my funny memes. Now, majority of the time, I'm getting anime memes. I don't know if you've ever been on my story, but it's just wrestling memes, anime memes, like silly random stuff from like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or whatever. But every now and then, I'll get some big booty Latina appear on my reel. And because I haven't clicked on it, I've just been going through the reels. And you must have stopped and watched it though.
No, but if I keep going, it doesn't matter. Because when I close the app and go back, there's suddenly more of them. And then you'll be scrolling down your timeline, and WorldStar, who are the worst offenders for this right now, are taking sponsored ads from these OnlyFans girls. And so you get them on there. And then your algorithm is just messed up. And then you spend hours trying to fix it. Hours that I don't want to be spending fixing a bloody algorithm. I can only imagine how mad it must be to, like, your Explore page has some dolled up child on it. And then you wake up in the morning, there's children everywhere. And Instagram is just feeding this to you. These should be shut down immediately. Why are they putting makeup all over these kids to begin with, and then sexual songs on in the background?
It's just contributing towards the problem.
Instagram, sort yourself out. TikTok, sort yourself out. Twitter, I know Elon is sorting you out, but we still got a long way to go. There's not really too much else I want to add to this. It's insane to me how prevalent censorship is online, yet where we need it most is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, exactly that. Like we're saying, not to put any blames on the parents, but just understand that it's not a safe world, and you do need to just be careful of what you're posting online of your kids.
Yeah, definitely.